Now it's in?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're good.
Must have.
I unplugged it and then I replugged it.
Okay. Well, sometimes that's what it takes. That's why you're a pro.
It's a very
That's
technical.
why you're the executive producer of CityCast Denver.
Yeah, you learn these kinds of tricks over the years and...
It's the wisdom that comes with age, which...
Yep.
Interestingly enough, young Indiana Jones didn't have. And I learned how he got it.
Tell me about it.
I'm watching the whole Indiana Jones. Do you want to do the intro here?
Welcome to Hold On to Your Butts, a podcast about the great franchises that lost their way, a.k.a. Season 2, There's No Time for Love, Dr. Jones, an Indiana Jones rewatch series. I guess this is kind of the end of Season 2. This is sort of a bridge episode. We did this before, after the Jurassic Park season, when we announced what the next one would be.
Might be a hint to where the next one's going.
Is it a hint?
Yeah. Do you not know who that is?
It's a hint for you alone.
There's a perfect impression of the star of our next.
Also, I don't actually know if we've decided definitively.
I think we
in my mind, it's between one of two
Paul's
things.
Been going back and forth every day, flip-flopping like a...
Well, we
like
started
a pair of sandals over here.
Also, both of us, our voices are on the edge.
This is what happens after you watch a bunch of Harrison Ford. Your voice just gets gruffer.
Or in your case, Patrick Glenn, what's his name? The kid that plays
Sean Patrick Flannery.
Sean Patrick Flannery. Young Indy. What happened to that? Is that guy around still?
He's done a couple things.
Sean Patrick Flannery. He starred as Indiana Jones in the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Yeah, and he's great. Very fun, charismatic. Sean Patrick Flannery.
Look at that hunk. He does kind of have that Harrison Ford.
Yeah, he's definitely grown into it. He's 60 years old now. Interesting.
Oh, he was in the Boondock. He was the other guy in the Boondock Saints.
Oh, yeah. I had not put that together. Yeah, he was the brother.
Yeah, the brother of
the other brother.
Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
Who's great.
Simply Irresistible. He's been in a couple things. He didn't pop.
No.
I mean, sorry, bud.
It must be hard to play a young version of an iconic character and kind of like see yourself, like model yourself after someone like Harrison Ford. And then like he must have been in the mindset of like, oh, that's the path. That's the thing I'm going to do is, I'll be the fugitive. I'll be Air Force One. I'll be Han Solo.
No, he was in The Boys. He was Gunpowder in The Boys. Interesting.
I didn't get into The Boys.
I like The Boys a lot. Well, he's consistently acting. I'm not trying to take anything from him, but he's a working actor.
Actually, yeah, this is kind of impressive. He's doing great.
But yeah, the Young Indiana Jones series is where he caught my heart because I spent the last week or so watching all of them. I bought them on YouTube.
You did?
The Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, the whole first season.
Why'd you buy them? They're hot.
Because
I sent you the link. They're all just on there.
I needed the official.
Why?
Indiana Jones thing because I wanted it, Paul.
But why did you want
it? It belongs in a museum.
The museum of your YouTube account library. I have one thing that I bought on YouTube, and I actually have revisited it like 4 or 5 times. It's a single episode of Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown. Yeah, the New Mexico episode. It's a really good episode.
I saw a reel of a lady who had Anthony Bourdain on her shirt. She said she got talked down to by somebody who thought it was Jeffrey Epstein. Oh. And she's like, this is Anthony Bourdain, not Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, man.
But she was like, they do look alike now that I think about it, though.
That reminds
Sorry.
me. No.
That reminds you?
Well, now I want to search Bourdain and Epstein
I got to get my name off this list. Sorry. As of this recording, the Epstein list thing is still going strong.
It's stronger than ever. I'm fully obsessed with it. I just bought Virginia Giuffre's book. I'm going to read her book.
Who's that?
She's one of the victims.
Oh, okay.
Who died by suicide last year.
Oh, shit.
I know. Hey, but headline news, the Epstein shit, it's horrible.
Yeah.
If this is the first time you're hearing about it,
not good.
International child
that's
sex trafficking. Also,
and with listening to this Young Indiana Jones series, I mean, a lot of it's like, oh, America's so great. And we're like, we're the good guys and we're fighting against evil. Like, because Indiana Jones joins World War I. Big spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
He enlists in the Belgian military because that's the only military that's not going to check his
I
background
watched
too much.
that one. I watched that one.
Enlists. But yeah, his whole thing is like, we got to win this war because the alternative's unthinkable. Is something he keeps saying. Which he got in a letter from Lawrence of Arabia.
Dumb Indiana Jones actually just means he's not smart enough to think of what it means.
And it's interesting because they show all these horrors of warfare. Did you get to the part where they showed like the gassing? And it's very like, I mean, Lucas is taking stuff from like Spielberg's fucking Saving Private Ryan stuff. I mean, they got like bodies in trenches and rats are scurrying over them and stuff.
Wow.
Apparently this was a big criticism of the show as well because parents are saying it's too violent, which, I mean, it pushes the boundaries of a child's show for sure. Because there's a sex scene in one of them. And this is the whole thing with the repackaging, which is the official thing I bought, is when they repackage these whole episodes. The conceit was that old Indy, like 90-year-old Indy in present day, is telling these stories to different people. Mm-hmm. And then he, flashes back to when he's like 10 years old and going on a world trip with his father around because he wrote some book, a medieval literature book, and he's going on a tour around the world talking about his book. Yeah. And Indy visits all these different places. He visits a boy in Morocco and learns about slavery. Mm-hmm. He gets sold into child slavery for a hot minute, but gets bought by the right person. It's crazy. He does brown face.
That is crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is part of the premise of the show that it's heightened because it's him narrating his own past?
Heightened.
Like the movies are not, it's just presented straight. Like we're watching the events as they're happening. Mm-hmm. That's the reality of the story. Whereas what you're talking about is the narration of an old man telling a story of a young man. Sometimes an old man might exaggerate his
tales grow in the
exploits.
telling, you're saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's more, Mallory, my wife take was it's more like Forrest Gump instead of, because he's meeting all these, historical figures in all of his adventures,
which is cool.
Every episode, yeah, it's very fun.
It's a fun
drama.
premise.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's a great show. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Just putting all my cards on the table, I enjoyed it a lot.
I'll put mine on the table. I found it excruciatingly dull, painfully boring.
Mister, I watched one episode.
I watched
Try 24,
half of
23,
2 episodes. They
half
were too
of 2
boring.
episodes.
Too boring. I watched half of the first episode with my in-laws. And it was like, I was like, oh shit, T.E. Lawrence. That's like one of my favorite historical characters. I read his book as a teenager. I found it like inspiring. I went to Jordan. I thought he was the most interesting guy. And then there's this show about him and he shows up and I'm just like, what? It's so boring. It's so slow.
Is this the first one where he goes to a child Indy, 9-year-old Indy? Okay.
Yeah. I found
the Curse of the Jackal.
I thought that I think this Flannery guy is a charisma sinkhole. I thought he was very dull, and none of the scripts. Like,
what episode did you watch with him?
But I watched
the one where he got where he joined Pancho Villa.
No, not. I watched. I guess it wasn't him in the
second
first
half
episode.
of the Jackal episode.
Yeah, I didn't get there.
Okay. Well, that's the whole thing.
The Belgium one, the one where the guy with
Remy and him joined the Belgian army. Remy's the only other reoccurring character in the show.
I read about that.
Very fun.
Yeah.
In the second season, they were planning on getting Sala in because he goes to Cairo like multiple times in this season, but they never show Sala. They don't get into Miriam. They don't. But there are plans to do that in the next season. They're going to introduce, Remy or not Remy, Bullock, the archaeologist from the first movie. Yeah.
It's interesting they were going to do Miriam
Belloc
because I was reading an interview with the author of the novels, the spin-off novels
that you read,
that I read, one of.
Maybe bring it out because it's kind of behind everything.
Okay. Sorry.
He's knocked over all the DVDs, but that's fine.
I read this Indiana Jones and the Dance of the Giants, which is the second of a series of 7 spin-off novels by a guy named Rob McGregor, who totally locked in on this character.
Okay.
And I think got it. This was good. This was a very fun time. But I read this interview with him and he was like, I didn't have a lot of communication with George Lucas. Lucas commissioned him to write the novelization of Last Crusade. And then he was just like, why don't you write more? And so they did a whole series. And this guy McGregor said, Lucas didn't say much, but he said, don't touch Marion. Keep your hands off Marion. I want her for myself.
Dang.
Was apparently the word from Lucas to this guy.
Strong words.
I know. It's like, I mean, it's just this guy's take, but it was like, that's kind of funny and weird.
Yeah.
But they were going to do her in the show. That's cool.
Well, they mentioned more her dad being an influence on him. They didn't talk about Miriam specifically.
Oh, Abner Ravenwood?
Yeah, her dad.
That would have been interesting to see.
Yeah.
Flesh out the story.
Has so many love interests. Like every other episode, he's like got a new love interest.
Same with the books. Although
I mean, that's very 007, which is what it's based off of.
Yeah.
Which is that they totally made him into 007 because he becomes a spy for the French intelligence. And there's a whole scene where they're like giving him gadgets and stuff to go spy in Belgium on people. And, he hooks up with some dancer who like dies later on because they think she's a French spy or German spy.
Oh.
Very interesting.
That's cool.
And then, what I was getting at is, so they originally aired all these episodes, high budget. They shot in like 25 different countries, super high budget. I mean, the sets, the costuming, and the battle scenes are crazy.
Lush.
Yes. So it had to be a super big success for it to keep going. It wasn't. So they canceled it after the one season. And then Lucas repurposed everything to put out on DVDs in like the early 2000s. And so what they did is they put a couple episodes together. And so they made it more of like a narrative of like all the first 6 episodes are all just Young Indy stuff. And then the next 16 or whatever are teen Indy. He's like ages 16 to 21 being in World War I.
Okay. Huh.
And they took out all the old Indy stuff because that started to clash with the canon stuff from Crystal Skull.
After they were developing.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
The old Indy has an eye patch. They never explain why it happens, although that could happen after all the events of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a daughter in one of the episodes. Like a daughter's taking care of him. So they got rid of that because they were like, oh, we got to bring in Mutt Wilson. Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
So it's interesting just that, Lucas repackaging everything.
The listeners are going to be furious if I don't call you out on this. Mutt Williams.
Oh, sorry. But I said
you
Mutt
said
Lucas.
Wilson.
Oh, Wilson. My bad.
They're steaming mad, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I got you covered.
The passionate.
Yeah. The indie
Williams
heads,
fans.
the canon. Look, you can't violate the indie canon. People
can't.
care about this.
That's why they repackaged all these DVDs.
Do you think anyone is out there like passionate about, how people were used to be like this with Star Wars? I think there's probably some people like this, but like they used to be like, oh, you can't, this is where this character came from and that's just how it is. And like, I don't think anyone is like that with Indiana Jones.
Well, everything's so muddy now with Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there are people. I mean, hopefully. I mean, that's the target audience for this podcast. So I hope there's somebody who cares.
Is it the target audience?
People who...
I think the target audience for this podcast is people who are like us, who like watch this shit as kids and want to kind of relive it in a fun way.
Yes. But then also big nerds, big indie nerds.
You think the indie encyclopedic... The indie heads.
If we don't get them, I don't know.
Well, look, indie heads.
I want to appeal to both.
I love you, indie
You're
heads.
welcome.
I'm sorry for all the stuff that I have fucked up and not cared about. I respect you. Send in your emails.
I respect you.
Tell me when I'm wrong. And I will happily correct it and learn from you. I love you. I'm in love with you. Thank you.
Bringing it back.
Well,
yeah, you meet the Lawrence guy, the Lawrence of Arabia dude. He tells
the Lawrence guy. Yeah, Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm not sure.
It's okay.
His contributions to history are.
It's okay.
But well, they have a whole interesting arc as well. He's a kind of a recurring character as well. Not as much as Remy, but he comes into like 3 or 4 different episodes.
Makes sense.
He's the one who writes to Indy about the war, and Indy's like, "We have to win this war." The alternative's unthinkable. And then at the end of the war, he's talking to him and he tells him that and he goes, "Who said that?" He's like, "You did. You wrote me a letter. It said that." And it's just like showing about like how war changes you and you're different at the end. I mean, there are lots of these messages that are very deep and interesting.
Yeah.
That I mean, I really took a lot out of that, they show the horrors of war, what it actually is. There's a whole episode where Indy meets a German doctor in Africa who's like not on either side. He's just trying to help people. And this is where Indy, and then there's like the Indy's commander is just telling him, you got to get across Africa to get these machine guns. Almost all his platoon dies. because they get smallpox and stuff. And there's like a little kid in a village everyone else has died of smallpox. Okay. And Indy's commander is like, leave that boy to die because he has disease. We can't bring him. He's going to kill everybody. One of Indy's underlings brings the boy with him. And Indy's like, the colonel's going to shoot you. He's going to kill you for not disobeying these orders. And then, so they all end up rebelling against that commander. So it's like following orders versus doing what's right. It's good.
Interesting.
Dude, there's some good stuff. Sorry you couldn't get past the
boringness.
Yeah. But I mean,
I like your retelling of it.
That boy ends up becoming a prominent figure in Africa. I can't remember exactly his name, but basically his whole platoon dies. And then like the French army's like, we're going to give those machine guns to somebody else. So like they do the whole thing for nothing. And he meets this doctor. He saves Indy's life. He's like dying of malaria. And then his whole thing is like, it's up to the individual to do what they know is right. And so that at that point, Indy's like, oh, we don't just need to fight the war. We need to end the war. Like that's going to help the most people. So like that's when Indy switches to like all his efforts are to end the war after that. And that's when he becomes a spy.
So what did you learn about Indiana Jones, the character?
Oh man, it changes it so much. It's almost not good to add all this stuff. Cause I mean, there's so much stuff. I mean, that's the problem with prequels is like you start at a certain point and then you build up the character for so long. So Indy's learned all these lessons. He meets all these people. He fights Dracula.
He meets Dracula. I remember that's the famous
like
one.
It's the only like supernatural thing that happens. But yeah, they're trying to get, I mean, they don't like that Indy's talking back so much. So they're like, either send him to the trenches or they send him to Dracula's castle, not knowing it's Dracula, like a platoon keeps going missing over there.
Sure.
And so it's like a whole village of vampires. And so when they kill Dracula, it kills all the other vampires because, in certain vampire lore, that's how it works.
Sure.
So, I mean, yeah. So you build up this character. He learns so much. But then, when you start the movies, he's got to have an arc in the movies as well. So it's like you can't retroactively build all this stuff that Indy learned in World War I and put it into these movies.
Yeah, he's not finding the Ark of the Covenant and being like, this reminds me of when I met Dracula.
Yeah, or there's these lessons he learned in these things,
full of magic and mystery.
It's not a disservice to the character, but it's like I don't know. Yeah, you build it up and you learn so much about this, and then in the next movie there's no payoff.
Yeah,
because he's starting from a different point and. I don't know my point. I don't know how to put it, but
no, I understand your point. I think the thing is about a character like Indiana Jones is like it's not that much of a character. Like he doesn't have that many attributes. He's like witty and charming.
Yeah, in the first movie. But then you're building all this backstory, but you can't retroactively put it into the first movie. Yeah. And that makes it less.
You would like to hear him in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I mean, I know that that's not how it works, but I mean, it's like, I don't know. That's kind of like a shame that all the rich history from this show isn't going to be in the next movies. They don't use it. It's thrown away.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point? I guess. I mean, it's about the journey and they do set up more stuff with his dad. That's another reason they get rid of some of the certain things that they do. Harrison Ford came back for a wraparound in one episode.
I remember we talked about that. Because that's what then inspired them to do Crystal Skull.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
So it does inform it in some ways. But it's just like, that's where the like commercial and business stuff comes in that I always find interesting. Is because the show wasn't a success, it didn't click for audiences. That's what makes something canon, is if people care about it. People didn't care about it enough to justify additional investment in this particular storyline. And so it isn't reflected in the art.
Well, the only thing they brought into Crystal Skull is he does tell Mutt that he rode with Pancho Villa. And that's where he learned Spanish.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So that's really
the only thing. There you go. That's cool.
Yeah, but I watched 22 hour-and-a-half long episodes. That's what I'm coming to now. Is like, I put so much investment into this thing. You want it. And I'm getting let down because it's not going to be paid off in any way, shape, or form. So my investment doesn't.
Okay, so here, pitch me your sequel now. A legacy sequel after Dial of Destiny. Indy's like ridiculously old now.
Yeah, you can't.
When does he lose his eye?
Well, the game stuff I think is playing in these because I listened to a whole recap of the Great Circle story, and that's dancing in between the movies, which I really like.
I don't know if we've introduced ourselves or the premise of the episode.
I was going to say, I thought about that 20 minutes ago, and then
you just got fired up about the show, which I love.
I mean, yeah, I spent so much time watching these fucking, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, hell yeah, good. Would you recommend it?
I would. I mean, to someone who loves Indy, yes. Mitch Jones, yes. Maybe not so much Molly Smith. She, I don't think she's as invested.
Yeah.
There's a whole fun episode.
Neela liked all the movies.
Yeah, Neela. She might. I mean, if you could like cherry pick the good ones, like the really meaningful ones. There's only a couple frivolous ones. Like at the last 2 episodes, Indy goes to Hollywood. And he
meets a
John
young
Ford.
Steve Spielberg.
He meets John Ford.
Yeah, oh my God.
That's
Spielberg's idol and role model.
They get so meta because there's like some new exec who gets in charge of Universal or whatever. And he's like, I'm going to change the dynamic where the director's not in charge. The producer's the person who's the one running the show, which is, George Lucas is a producer.
Yeah. This is the showrunner trying to get renewed for a second season.
Dude,
being like, the producer, Schmorgel is such a great man and so good and handsome.
And, Harrison Ford does Harrison Ford, Young Indiana Jones does a stunt where he gets pulled under the carriage and it's like, oh, that's where that came from.
Oh, really? That's fun.
Yeah. And in the movie for John Ford.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they like roofie one of the guys. It's crazy. They bring up roofing as a funny joke. It's a crazy episode.
So fucking misogynist. There was an interview I watched with Sean Patrick Flannery, where he was very Harrison Ford-esque, talking about how all of the female actresses in the show were his girlfriends. How he dated them all.
Elizabeth Hurley.
Them all. Yeah. Which also Elizabeth Hurley was
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah.
And Daniel Craig was in that episode.
Really?
So he fights. There's like a big fight scene between him and Daniel Craig.
Cool.
So Indiana Jones fights 007.
Wow.
Very good. Yeah.
Wow. And the history books just ignore it.
I know.
They just don't even mention that this happened.
Yeah. So there's a rich history, and then it kind of undermines it with him going to Hollywood. It's like, why the fuck does Indy care about this shit so much? Like, oh, he was in a play that, I don't know. There was one that really pulled at my heartstrings where he's dating like 3 different girls while he's in a theater troupe in New York. And it's like, how are you going to juggle all this, Indy? And it just breaks my heart because
heartstrings.
He literally breaks all their hearts. Like they are in love with him and he's just playing them. And I was like, no, not my Indy. This isn't my Indy. Well, I mean, I care so much.
This literally is your Indy. This is what you love about Indiana Jones.
No, I didn't want him to break all their hearts, but he did.
Oh,
that one really was hard. That was like the second to last episode. I don't know why that was so hard. It's his birthday, and the show goes up, and he's dating an actress. He's dating a critic who writes like a poem for him. The actress gives him some stuff, like presents, and then one of the stars. He's going to New York. He meets this young lady who's like innocent, and she's like, "I'm going to New York to make it." And he gets into this theater troupe, and then he brings her in. She does the big scene at the end.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they all like give him a cake to be like, happy birthday. And they were all in the powder room, and they see that he's been like, they figure out that he's been like triple timing them.
With each other.
Yeah. And then they dunk his head in the cake and they all walk off.
And that's the series finale.
No, that's the
second to last one.
Yeah. Second to last one. He learns the blues and jazz. So it's kind of like La La Land.
Oh, that's kind of in the book too.
Oh, okay.
Well, he doesn't learn blues, but he has a friend who's like a jazz musician.
Yeah,
his roommate from college.
There's a guy. He's in college when he meets these guys in Chicago. He goes to the University of Chicago.
I wonder if the
probably. I mean, it's a rich history.
He was writing these books. He wrote 7 books,
and you only read one
in 2.5 years. No, I only read one.
But you had such a good time. Why didn't you?
Well, because I got other shit going on. I'm not dedicated.
You're not dedicated like me.
Look, I'm not dedicated like you. I do respect your.
I wish they were on audio. I would have listened to them.
Did you listen to the one that he put out that he published himself?
Is it on audio?
Yeah, he made it. Well, because
I looked on Audible when we first started. I didn't.
Well, it's not on Audible.
Oh, okay.
It was interesting because he wrote 7 of them, and then declining sales, declining interest.
Grave robber. not as popular as. Well, indie declined, in popularity.
Indie in general, yeah, I think so. But then he had a commission to write another one called like the Staff of Kings or the Staff of Kings, I think. And then the sales were so poor that the company didn't publish it, but he wrote it and he completed it.
Okay.
And this guy McGregor calls that the Lost Indiana Jones novel. And so eventually what he did is he just read it himself and recorded it and he put it out on his podcast.
Okay.
And I sent you a link and it turns out
neither
of us listened to it. Yeah. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I do like Audible a lot. It's hard for me to listen to things on other platforms.
Yeah, I don't
just because you don't open a lot of other platforms, so it's like the one I go to the most. That's neither here nor there.
I feel the same way.
Yeah,
although I'm picking up Spotify now, so I've learned that my Spotify I pay for the premium access that I get audiobooks on it. So now I'll go to Spotify to listen to spoken word content just almost as often as I go to my podcast app.
I know with Amazon, I pay for Amazon Prime, so like all the NPR stuff I would get ad free.
Oh.
But it's like, I'm never going to open Amazon Music to listen to Pop Culture Happy Hour. It's already on my app.
That would be crazy to do that.
I mean, going between apps like that is just a bridge too far for me.
It is great. I mean,
we're not doing it. We're
not doing
funny,
it.
But you don't do it.
No, I don't do it.
Yeah, I don't go
I'm
to
sure
fucking
there's a million things that I'm
Spotify.
paying for and not even noticing or not realizing that I have access to just because I'm not. You ever have that feeling of like, or I don't know, maybe this is just a me thing, but when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I loved exploring stuff like technology.
Archaeologist in a way.
Like when I was an archaeologist of my Microsoft Zune.
Okay.
Is that what it was? Zune?
Yeah, there's a Zune. Yeah, an
Zune?
MP3 player.
Yeah, a Zune. No, I didn't have a Zune. I had the Dell one that was like iPod shaped. But I just I knew all the settings. I knew all the functionality. Like I really pushed it to its limit of functionality and used it in a. That's what it was. Dell Digital Jukebox. I should buy one of those. That thing was great. It had a scroll wheel that was in retrospect, just so obviously ripped off of what the original iPod was. That the spinning wheel thing.
Yeah. Spinning wheel cooler.
Yeah. Well, spinning wheel much cooler. This thing, it was fine. This thing was fine. But I loved it. And I mean, how many megabytes were on that? Probably not much. Probably
5 gigabytes on this one.
Yeah, that was probably what I had. I think that's what I had because it didn't have this thing on the rim that I'm seeing in some of these other pictures.
Dude, when I graduated high school in 2007, I spent all the money I got from graduating on an iPod Classic.
Yeah.
250 gigs.
And you probably loved it.
Yeah, I'd still have it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does it work?
I mean, I'm sure if I charged it, yeah.
Do you think if you busted that out and you were listening to music on there and you let people see that you had it, if people would be like, whoa.
Maybe. You'd have to do the plugged in earphones because it doesn't do Bluetooth.
Although that's cool now, I hear.
Oh, they plugged in here.
The wired headphones.
It's retro.
Yeah. It's just so convenient I just bought AirPods and now the wired, so cool that's how the world works for me now. I'm never on trend.
Yeah, we're aging out, buddy. We're at that point when the world stops giving us stuff and starts taking it away.
Indiana Jones. And the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, Crystal Skull. So quotable.
Megan and I talk about that line still. I think I mentioned that in an episode previously. We still say that back and forth and just sigh at each other. It's horrible.
Well, I guess we should say what we're doing is we're kind of examining the ancillary Indiana Jones material.
Yeah.
All the stuff around the movies.
The ephemera.
Yeah. We didn't get to the Lego Indiana Jones stuff. But that seems fun.
Yeah, it probably would be good. What would you want if you were getting a Lego set of Indiana Jones? What would you get? What would be the ideal thing? Indy hanging on the side of a World War II era Nazi tank.
I want the Temple of Doom. I want the Shankara stones in the skull. I want a bunch of people worshiping over a river of lava.
Okay.
I want not Miriam. Who's the chick?
Allison Duty.
No, that's in the third movie.
Fuck, you're right. What's her
name?
name?
Want her.
What's
it's a guy's name, right? It's Scott.
Willie
Scott.
Scott.
Yeah, Willie. I want Willie in a
Is that
cage.
the actress
getting
or the
ready to-
character?
yeah, Willie's the character.
Okay.
I want her in a cage getting ready to be let down, and Indy drinking the blood of Kali.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And then the little prince guy, the Maharaja whipping Short Round off to the side.
I think the one that would be like probably the one that they made is the opening of Raiders. The escape from the golden idol tomb thing.
Yeah, not as good.
Yeah, but that's the thing you think of with Indy. That's what you want.
I mean, that's some people, I suppose.
You know what else would be cool would be like the library in Venice with the X on the floor. Yeah, well, because then you could have the underneath that's the rats in the sewer.
The rats in the sewer.
And then the sarcophagus.
You don't want the Grail thing? That is such a
the nasty cave. Well, I mean, if it was
with
fully
the Grail,
Petra, if it was the treasury, if that was lit,
yeah, you got to go through all the trials. You have the 3 like trial areas and stuff. Yeah,
I mean that would be a great set.
Yeah, that's a great set.
Or the train opening of Dial of Destiny, the Nazi train with all the treasures on. I mean, you know what? Neither of us have mentioned anything from Crystal Skull or Dial of Destiny.
I mean, the Inca temple is dope. That Inca whole set is crazy,
and it would be full.
I mean, they didn't spend a lot of time in there, but the detail and the special features, because I have the most special features of all the DVDs. They really went into it. Wow, how crazy that is! That whole door opening thing, that's practical.
That's awesome.
It's a practical effect. Yeah,
it's really cool. Mutt with a sword on top of a Jeep.
Yeah. A big anthill sucking in a Russian.
It's good. There's good stuff in there.
Yeah, there's some good stuff.
I could keep going, but I'm going to, turn all of it into Lego.
Time back to the room.
It's all fucking Lego.
That's something they've been saying at open mics now when they want to get off stage. I'm going to give the time back to the room.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like what my boss says on Zoom meetings.
I'm like, yeah.
Awful. So you watched the whole Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Yes.
The backstory of which is after Last Crusade, George Lucas said, let's monetize the shit out of this franchise. And I think that's the same thing that led to the books. And then he made the show. And neither of them really worked out great. And the Indiana Jones franchise fell away for 15 years until Crystal Skull came along.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about. The other thing we played, or we discussed
we both played.
Did we both play it?
I played a little bit of it. I didn't get that far, but
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Yes, very fun.
This is interesting because this is a brand new game. Came out December 2024. AAA video game from the Bethesda company and something called Machine Games. Both of those I recognize. I'm not sure I could tell you anything else they've done. And Lucasfilm, of course. It's a first-person action adventure game. Very well reviewed. Very well regarded. Yeah, I think this game is it's interesting because it's a new post-Dial of Destiny indie. And people loved it. They're talking about a sequel. They made a DLC already.
I think it's like an extension on the digital, right?
Yeah, downloadable content. They made extra content for the game that people who loved it could pay for and download. And I think people liked it a lot.
It's got all the classic indie shit. I was messaging Mitch Jones after I played it.
Yeah,
I was like, "This is the indie thing you want. Like this is
100%."
Yeah, because it's playing in between. Well, really, it takes place in between Raiders of the Lost Ark and Last Crusade, because Temple of Doom's a prequel. Mm-hmm. So after Mariam leaves him after like a year after the events of Raiders of the Lost Ark, but she leaves him a journal and a letter in a suitcase that he hasn't opened in a year. And I mean, it's filling in a lot of rich history that I enjoyed, like Indiana lore.
Cool. Yeah. Same. This was my favorite of the side stuff.
Yeah.
By far. I really enjoyed it. The way the game is set up is there's these giant maps. There's all of Vatican City is the first area basically that you're exploring, and you're doing puzzles and you're
because I haven't gotten past that because I anally have to go into every room to try and find a fucking I have to see if there's a fucking letter in there from. I gotta make sure I'm not missing anything. That's what makes it so hard for me to play these video games.
Yeah.
Because what if I fuck up and I get to a point and they're like, "Oh, you didn't have the fucking letter from the janitor's closet back in the Vatican? You didn't go in there."
Yeah, that I am the opposite completely.
You're like speed running through these games.
I actually have a policy with video games that Megan makes fun of me, and like other gamers might not like this, but I don't do side quests. I basically don't ever do side quests because I just want to do the main game. Because I don't like have that much time in my life. I'm not like playing all the way through that many video games.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, I just want to focus on the story, focus on the main shit. That's the best shit in the game, right? That's why they put it in the main story.
Side quests are fun. People like side quests.
Sometimes I will get there, and like with this game, sometimes you kind of stumble into side quest, you're because you're.
How do you know the difference?
Area? Well, sometimes I think this game had like they would indicate to you like different categories of quests or different sorts of missions. Be like, if it has to do with Voss, the main villain, this German guy who I forget why he's a villainous other than being a Nazi.
Do you need any other reason?
No.
Exactly.
Part-time.
Nazis. I hate these guys.
But yeah, if it has to do with him, it's bad shit. The Vatican stuff was good, and then the next area is the pyramids of Giza, which was also very cool. And then they went to there was this part where like through the magic of the MacGuffin of the game, there was like a Nazi battleship transported onto the top of the Himalayas. And so that's one of the maps that you explore.
It's funny because that's also really in cool. DuckTales. There's like a ship in the middle of the mountains.
Really?
Which I didn't think about it at the time, but DuckTales is directly kind of a rip of Indiana Jones.
Is that right? I was not a DuckTales person.
I mean, to be honest, Scrooge McDuck was around before Indiana Jones. So if anything, Indiana Jones is kind of a rip of DuckTales.
When was Scrooge McDuck?
Scrooge McDuck was a character in like cartoons in the newspapers and funny papers and like comic books in like the early 1900s.
What? Scrooge McDuck?
Yes, Scrooge McDuck is a character.
I thought Scrooge McDuck was just like a thing, was based on Scrooge from A Christmas Carol.
No, they retconned him in there. They did do that, but Scrooge McDuck.
He was Scrooge in Christmas Carol.
Maybe they got the name Scrooge from Scrooge in the, but because he's a miserly older rich duck. Yeah,
he's kind of a Scrooge type.
Scrooge is a,
but he's his own thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how is DuckTales Indiana Jones?
They go on adventures. They're a family of adventurers.
Well, Indiana Jones is not a family.
His dad, bro.
Okay. All right.
Son, Mutt Williams, wife, fucking Miriam Ravenwood.
Okay. I guess it's a family, sort of. Are you a big DuckTales person?
Look at this.
Your shit?
How can you say this isn't Indiana Jones? Yes, I love DuckTales.
Well, number one, it's a duck. Indiana Jones is a man.
Yeah, but these are anthropomorphized ducks.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, I got a lot of DuckTales stuff. I love it.
I can see that.
But yeah, they're adventurers.
Okay. Do they ever fight Dracula?
No, but there's a witch in one of them. The main baddies is a witch.
How did you feel about the treatment of the character Indiana Jones in the video game?
I thought they had a lot more reverence, and actually, they cared about the character's legacy. I mean, they brought in all that I felt, they built on the character.
It was a big book just thudded down.
Yeah, sorry. So I have a lot of big.
The temple walls are
falling
on us.
Yeah, I mean, I think they cared more about the legacy and the lore, and they brought that all into the game more than other materials.
Mm-hmm. I thought so too.
I mean, I like that it was building on the love story between him and Miriam.
Mm-hmm.
Why she left, why she wasn't in the next movie. I think it was bridging the gap very well.
I agree. I thought it was really nice.
Yeah.
It made me feel good about the character in a way that I hadn't felt through the movies, having revisited them. I was kind of like ready to put Indiana Jones aside. And then I got into the game in a big way. And I was like, this is actually a great thing.
It's a fun adventure game.
It's a timeless, iconic hero. You know, you don't have to take him too seriously, but he's there. He's got his whip. He's familiar. He'll give you a quip. He'll give you a gruff comment. It's nice. It's comfortable. It's like an old shoe. Indiana Jones is like an old shoe that you put on every few years and you're like, this shoe still fits my foot.
Old hat, maybe.
An old hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice brown fedora.
Yeah.
Always there ready for the next adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Great analogy, yes.
Yeah.
So what happens in the book?
In the book? Oh, it's like Indiana Jones. He's like a young, he just got his PhD a few years back.
Okay.
This is the second in the series. So he's already been on one supernatural adventure where he got some MacGuffin from some like woman in Greece who turned out to be the Oracle of Delphi, sort of. That's the historical story.
Yeah.
It's good. Like this guy, Rob McGregor, he was a travel writer for a long time.
Okay,
and I think
perfect.
thought of himself as kind of an Indiana Jones type.
Yeah,
you can see him wearing a
fedora
in his author photo.
Perfect.
Rob, great look. And so this one, he goes to London and he gets a job teaching archaeology. And there's a student, one of his graduate students, young woman, red hair, Scottish. Her name is Deirdre Campbell. Pretty good character. There is some, it's a love story. That's the love interest is his student. So that's kind of.
There's an ex-student in the game that comes up and she like dies.
I forgot about that.
It seemed like she was, in the recap that I watched, it seemed like she was kind of like jealous that like she wasn't including her more in things. So like she teams up with the other guy, the other archaeologist guy. And like, she ends up dying because she's, reach exceeds her grasp kind of a thing.
Interesting. That completely slipped my memory.
You finished the game?
I'm almost finished with it.
Okay.
I'm in the second to last area.
Gotcha.
Yeah. There's some parts that are like not the gameplay. There's some underwater stuff that I don't like that in games. It makes me nauseous.
Interesting.
But yeah, the book, the story is like this woman, she's writing her thesis about Merlin and like some archaeological precedent for like a myth of Merlin. And so her and Indiana Jones end up going to this cave in Scotland where they're going and searching for Merlin. And then it turns out this ex-boyfriend of hers, who has now gone on to be like a member of parliament, is part of a secret society that's connected to the Merlin, like where Merlin ended up. And then that's the tension. He's the villain, is this ex-boyfriend and this secret society. It's great. It's great intrigue. The mom of this woman is involved, and then it all ends up at a showdown at Stonehenge. It's a great Indiana Jones story.
It's fun.
It's really good shit.
God, I wish they were on Audible. I'd listen to them.
I know. I think you'd love them. I'd recommend them, honestly. I had a good time with this. I blew through it in like a week when I thought we were going to record this back in December. I read the whole thing, and now here we are, and I forgot so much of it. But it was a fun little romp.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
Yeah, it's good.
Maybe you could buy them all and read them and record it, and then I'll listen to them. I'll give you $15 each.
How much do you think Rob McGregor would charge us for we'd probably have to pay Lucasfilm, actually. That means Disney. Disney's not letting this go. Disney's not. That ain't going to happen. Not. No chance.
Well, they're worried about Star Wars right now, so maybe they let Indy slide under the table.
I think they're worried about a lot right now.
Yeah, they just switched CEOs, right, or something.
They picked the guy who's going to succeed Bob Iger.
Yeah.
The Parks guy.
Well, and Kathleen Kennedy's out for Star Wars.
Kathleen.
Yeah.
Kathy, baby.
Yeah, I feel like I know her now with all this stuff. She's done so much.
Me too. She's our girl, Kathy. Kath. Frank Marshall, Stevie Baby, George.
Yeah. He's the guy who wrote the David Kep. I keep thinking about him because him and Spielberg teamed up again for this new
I know
Alien movie.
We are going to have to do an episode about it,
dude. Alien stuff really freaks me out. Like Close Encounter, the one where they're talking about like owls, or spying on you or whatever. They're like aliens watching you. It's like Close Encounters.
Close Encounters? Is that owl? Oh.
It's something about owls, and I remember being freaked out for like too long as an adult.
You're definitely more of a fantasy guy than a sci-fi guy.
Yeah. I like Horse and Sword. I like magic.
and supernatural historical horrors.
Yeah. Just like Quentin Tarantino. You know, he's like rewriting history in all of his novels. I mean, his movies.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Some of them are like that.
Django.
Inglourious Basterds. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That sequel looks pretty cool. Did you see the trailer for the...
Yeah, I did. I listened to that book.
Oh, yeah?
But I mean, it's kind of... I think they're going to add on to it because that book, all the Booth stuff, his friend.
Yeah, the Brad Pitt character.
Yeah, all of his... all the stuff about him is like him meeting DiCaprio's
character. Yeah.
Yeah, so
what's his name?
It'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
It looks good. I mean, Fincher with a Tarantino script.
We'll see.
It's kind of weird, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Indy versus Jurassic Park.
Indy,
we're ready to
funner.
Close the door on Indiana Jones.
Yes.
And put it on the shelf with our dinosaur
in the tomb.
Yes. We're going to place it back into the trap, ready to ensnare the next adventurer.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Indy versus...
Very fun. I liked it more than I thought I would.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I've kind of fallen in love with Harrison Ford, more so from these rewatches. Infinitely fun time. They're a fun time at the movies. They're not, great cinema in the sense that, they're not going to win any Oscars. They're not, something a film student would say is on their top 10 or whatever. But
maybe. I mean, those first three.
Very fun movies. Well, everyone's like, oh no, it's got to be like The Godfather Part 2 and fucking
art.
Yeah. I mean, no one's,
it's not highbrow
it's a shame
art.
that, Spielberg stuff gets put into like popcorny, blockbuster stuff.
If there was a news about a new legacy sequel coming out for either Jurassic Park or Indiana Jones, which would you be more excited about? Like fresh take.
I'd be more excited to watch an Indiana Jones one, but I think there's more potential for them to fuck it up.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, because they've kind of already fucked up Jurassic Park in a way. It's like...
Yeah, that's true. Indiana Jones, like the 5 movies that they put out are all very much of the same, except for the Dial of Destiny a little bit. Dial of Destiny has it doesn't quite feel the same.
The biggest departure, from the feel.
And even Crystal Skull feels like a bit of a departure from the first 3 just because so much of time had passed. But it's definitely still Indy. Like Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones, that's the series.
Yeah.
Whereas Jurassic Park went through now 3 different revolutions.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more hardy as a franchise. You can't knock them down, those dinos. They're going to come back and bite you.
Life finds a way.
It has a few times.
Yeah.
It's stronger than ever.
Is it stronger than ever? I guess this was the whole premise of the first season was Jurassic Park stronger than ever.
I mean, based on how much money Rebirth made.
I suppose, yeah.
I think, and they're going to make another Scarlett Mahershala one.
I guess just as strong as it ever was. I don't know about stronger than the first one, but
I think it's just as strong as it ever was.
Yeah.
I would bet if someone was like, hey, do you want to invest in the next Jurassic Park movie, the sequel? I would be like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm betting
going to
on
make some money, yeah.
I'm betting on him.
And
with Indy, it's like maybe kind of like, let me hear the take. Depends. Who's the star?
I mean, all those, dinosaurs is like kaiju adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Godzilla adjacent, and that's going to sell all over the world. It's not American guy doing shit like Indiana Jones is, which I think is falling out of popularity.
Yeah.
I don't know if our, rugged American just doing things his way is as appealing as it was.
Yeah, no. It's not the vibe right now.
In the late 80s.
It's not an appealing concept for like Gen Z or...
Yeah, there's no...
young... It's not going to hit 4 quadrants like it used to.
Yeah, but as where Jurassic Park will still.
Man, Jurassic Park, if they could do like... that would be my hope for them, is like more international. More...
Maybe, I mean, that's the whole thing with Indiana Jones. It kind of sucks, but it's linked to the spirit of America. Like Indiana Jones is such Americana, and like he's the put your head down and just force your way through thing. Like it's a little, scrappy, but it gets the job done. It means well. He looks good and he's getting the girls and stuff. It's like,
He's trying his best. Sometimes he even fucks up.
Yeah.
He's fallible.
That's not America anymore. I mean, that's not our perception around the world anymore.
No.
So it's not less appealing to people. There's a whole thing with the episode after when World War I ends with Woodrow Wilson trying to make the Union of Nations.
Yeah.
And they're all like, this fucking idiot's never going to get this off the ground. Like, and he's like, oh, he's trying to do something. He's like, he wants Indy's very for it. And everybody's saying that it can't happen funny. And it's dumb. And it's interesting. I mean, just this optimism for America, all that stuff is just like not.
No.
Its time has passed, dude. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. Life is weird right now.
That's why Indiana Jones isn't working. I don't think it can work.
You know what would be great as a great movie? I don't know. They would probably never make this as a
K-pop star.
Indiana Jones is like a 16-year-old Korean boy.
Yeah.
with a ton of makeup and a voice like an angel.
And a boy band.
Yeah. But if they did just like Old Man Indy and like it wasn't really an action movie, but it was just a character piece of him like
that would be
doing
crazy.
Archaeology like as it actually is
Which
done.
is funny. Well, no, because in Creed they kind of do that with Rocky. They make him the old elder statesman, like training the new guy.
Pretty fucking good.
It's pretty. I mean, that's the closest he got to an Oscar as an actor. Stallone, right there. I mean, he got nominated. I think he won a Golden Globe.
Did he?
Yeah, but he didn't win the Oscar. But he got.
He should have won it for the first Rocky.
It won for writing.
Which
they don't let jocks win Oscars. So my buddy Patrick was like, I will bet you a steak dinner that The Rock is going to win the Oscar for Smashing Machine. I was like,
that's a terrible bet.
They don't do. Yeah, they don't let jocks get
wrong
Oscars.
Again.
Yeah,
wrong again.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, it got nominated for some Golden Globes and stuff, but it didn't. They just don't let jocks win Oscars. Name one.
I'm trying.
Anybody who came from a sport background has never won an Oscar.
Anyone from a sport background?
Well, I mean that like is
sport back,
quote unquote a jock, compared to
didn't
film
Raging Bull. No, Raging Bull didn't.
And then no one thinks De Niro's a fucking jock. De Niro is a theater nerd.
No.
Yes.
De Niro's a cool guy. He's a wise guy.
Yeah, he's a cool guy in fucking acting spaces. I'm sure he's fucking weird as fuck in real life.
I don't know.
Dude, actors are weird.
I don't know. I'll think of one for you and then I'll bring it to you and you'll be like, you know what? I was wrong. Remember that day when we talked about the Indiana Jones, Young Indiana Jones Chronicles?
Yeah, The Rock will never win an Oscar. Sorry, bud.
I think he will.
The Rock?
Yes. I think he wants one.
He wants one, yes, but they're not going to give it to him.
No, they will because the Oscar,
he's going to have to muscle his way in like Trump. It's going to be like how Trump got a fucking Peace Prize. He's going to have to bully.
He didn't win the Nobel Prize.
But that's the only way The Rock's going to win an Oscar. He's going to have to like threaten someone who has an Oscar.
Steal one?
Yeah, he's going, De Niro, that Oscar looks pretty cool. It'd be a shame if you got beat up and someone stole it, huh?
No, I think the Academy Awards loves like a reinvention story. They love a redemption story.
But they're not going to give you an Oscar for it.
Didn't they give one to Mickey Rourke when he did The Wrestler?
He might have won Best Picture, but
Mickey
he did
Rourke,
not.
The
Mickey
Wrestler.
Rourke again also wasn't. He started off as an actor. Thespian.
No, but you're talking about a jock winning an Oscar. That was a jock performance. Did he win that Oscar? Survey says
no. Mickey Rourke did not win an Oscar.
No, he did not. He was nominated. Lost to Sean Penn for Milk.
Again, nerd. They love nerds.
Damn. Well, I guess this is correct until proven otherwise.
Sorry, it's not going to happen, John Cena. Not going to happen.
I could see Cena winning one. I could see Peyton Manning winning one.
An Oscar.
Yeah, I'm just saying shit. I don't know.
If he produced a movie, maybe, but not a.
Yeah, he could produce like a. I mean, the Elway doc was not good. That's not going to win anything. I don't think he's got it in him right now. He's got to find it. Well, okay.
All right. Yeah.
What are we doing? We doing another one? You want to do another series?
Yes.
Okay. Do
you?
Yeah.
Because I watched the first episode of this one. You're like, I loved this episode. I loved it. And it seemed like you kind of lost some steam on Indy as we got through.
On Indy?
Yeah.
I did a little bit. I wasn't as enthusiastic about it because I think a lot of the movies were very similar to each other. And I liked the dynamism of the Jurassic Park franchise and thinking about each of those transitions and putting them up against each other. That was really fun for me.
Okay.
Whereas Indy was just like, I had my take on Harrison Ford kind of from the beginning. He was like, kind of a dummy.
So I guess that does, because what I was thinking is if we do something with a shorter franchise, you might, be able to keep that stamina up.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, but also the changing in dynamics might lean more towards the second thing.
Yeah.
Well, at first we were talking about The Matrix.
We have
a couple.
I think there's 2 finalists. The Matrix is definitely a great option.
Yeah. And then a dark horse that you brought after the Matrix was brought up was the Predator series.
Yeah.
Which I think has what you're just saying. The dynamic.
Does.
No star comes out. There's no continuing.
No consistency really at all in the Predator.
Yeah. So, but there's like 9 of them.
There's a lot of Predator.
That's
and a
more
lot of
than Jurassic Park. Yeah. There's more in Jurassic Park. There's more than.
Here's the other thing about the Predator.
It's a behemoth.
That's interesting. I don't think if we asked 100 people that a single one would say, I like the Predator.
They might say the first one.
Maybe.
Yeah. In the circles I run in, they might say the first one.
You think?
Yes.
It's like, I think it's regarded as like an action classic.
The first one is.
But if you're talking about action movies of the 80s, people are going to be like Rambo, Rocky. They're diehard. They're not going to be like Predator. Predator has always been such a C tier. At some point, we're going to have to learn how to spell Predator. But it's always been a very
computer doesn't form.
Fair. A C tier franchise. And like the thing
I'm excited for Predator 2.
I know.
I love Danny Glover.
Danny Glover's great. And then the Alien versus Predator era of like, how did those 2 franchises get matched up against each other? Like, what a weird thing to happen in history. And there was a sequel. There was 2 Alien versus Predator movies.
The thing I can tell you right now, the only one I've seen all the way through that I know is Alien versus Predator.
Really?
And I saw it on FX, at my aunt's house one day.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think I've seen any of them all the way through.
Badlands, I heard was good.
I heard it was great. And I heard
also,
Prey was great.
Prey was good, yeah.
Which is like the new era of Predator, which people love. Like if you look on Rotten Tomatoes of all the Predator movies, they're not well reviewed.
Cool. We only have to get through 5 before we get to the ones people really like.
That's what I'm saying. No one likes Predator. And also
there are some Predator heads. They made 9 movies.
Somehow they've made 9 Predator movies.
I'm always saying this with Avatar.
Well, yeah, but the answer for Avatar is obvious. They're making $2 billion a pop.
Well, they're done with them now, huh?
That's maybe.
They made him rush to this next one to get it out, and no one really cared about it, right?
Yeah. I think people liked it. I think it made a lot of money, but I actually...
do you think?
I don't know latest. I think it made $1 billion, but I don't know. Predator, killer of killers. Like, where did these come from? The Predator? Do you remember The Predator? Was that it? Like... When did this happen?
1.4 billion.
Yeah, 1.4 billion.
Globally.
So I think that is underperforming. I don't know if that is
Predator.
The Predator 2018.
I do not remember this. Ooh,
Boyd Holbrook.
He's the bad Nazi from Dial of Destiny. Yes.
No shit.
Love it.
Some crossover. Olivia Munn is in The Predator. Who? Like Tom Jane, Keegan Michael Key. Jake P. Like,
is this
these
the one
are
where
fun people? This is probably Sterling K. Brown. These people are great. I love these guys.
What's the one with the Academy Award winner guy?
Adrian Brody.
Yeah, which one had Adrian?
That one? I remember that one.
It was this one.
I remember that one was very not well reviewed. Predators.
That wasn't Prey.
Maybe that was Predators 2010. Like they've been consistently making these movies.
Ooh, Walton Goggins.
This is gonna be. I'm kind of talking
about Ali. There's a lot of
hello, Mahershala.
Connective tissue.
First he fights a predator, then he fights a dinosaur. So the other thing that is interesting about Predator is what is a predator? What is it?
That's got to be the question we ask everybody.
I was thinking about pitching that as the title of the season. Yeah, like, do you know what a predator is?
We're gonna get some answers. That'll be.
It's a
That's
guy
some
in a
clickbait shit right
guy
there.
in a
We got
mask.
you. What is a predator? We're gonna get some personal answers probably from people.
Oh yeah.
Some
There's other ways that he.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Our Predator series is secretly an Epstein series. We're gonna
You would
look
love
up
that.
all
You're always
the
bringing them
actors.
up on your other podcast.
Unfortunately, I'm obsessed with Epstein. Did I say that Anthony Bourdain? I searched
Jeffrey
him in
Epstein
the Epstein
right there.
files. He's not in there. Bourdain not in the Epstein files. At least not the most recent release of documents. So,
But there was some weird stuff with him and his girlfriend, right? Like, wasn't she like doing some kind of sex trafficking?
I don't know if he was like sex trafficking.
There's something dark, right? Some dark thing that
There is
came
some,
out, and
some
she.
darkness. Well, I think the
he was
story
like, "I'm
is
out."
at the end of his life is that, and I wish I remembered her name right now, but she, I think they had an open relationship or like kind of like it was like maybe some unclear expectations, and then he saw pictures of her with someone else in a magazine, and he was very upset about that, and then that was part of what happened at the end of his life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to think of some fun ways to take down a predator with my martial arts skills.
Your karate.
Oh, you know what I did think was funny? At the end of a Great Circle, the other archaeologist kept saying, "I know the ancient art of karate." He kept telling Indy, like he kept warning him, like, "Hey, I'll fuck you up. I know karate."
Yeah. So
And that
is it
was more
Predator?
exotic back
Are we going to do
then.
Predator
I think
and
Predators-
not Matrix?
Yeah, it's a Predator.
Matrix are good
We're
movies.
going with
So
yes,
here's
they're
the
good
pitch for
movies,
me.
but
They're
we're doing-
very good movies. There's 4 of them. And then there's the
with
animated
with the animatrix,
spin-offs. And there is talk that
There's
someone
video
is making a new
games.
one. I think Predator, the downside is that the guy who made the most recent ones that have been very well regarded has just signed a deal with a different production company and so that doesn't have the rights to Predator. So I don't think he's going to be continuing with the Predator franchise. So I don't know if they're going to make more. Maybe they will.
Yeah, and there's cartoons. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
comic book spin-offs. I think there's like Batman fights a
Mhm.
predator. Oh, I know there's one with Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Like a predator has a history with Wolverine.
That's fun.
Yeah. What is a predator?
What is a predator? What is the
Hold
predator?
on to your butts. Predator.
What is?
Predator.
I'm looking forward to finding out. He's some kind
Because
of
we're doing Predator.
guy in a
we gotta do
suit.
that. You'll get to see what a real man looks like with fucking Carl
Schwarzenegger.
Weathers and Schwarzenegger.
I was reading some behind the scenes stuff about the first movie where they're all like working out and trying to be like out beefcake each other on screen. It's like pretty funny. These ripped 80s action dudes.
Carl Weathers, dude.
Jesse
Right.
Ventura.
Yeah, the body.
Mm.
You know Jesse Ventura, he lives out in the Baja now. I
Will,
mostly live out in the Baja.
great voice.
Down in Mexico.
Very funny dude.
He was in politics. He was like
I
a
know it.
governor or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the governor of, I think he was the governor of, Minnesota. What would he have done if ICE came to town, huh?
He probably would have laid the smack down on him.
Maybe.
Anyway. Yeah, the
That's
Nazi stuff.
political.
We talked a lot about Nazi stuff at the beginning, and like now it's like way less fun to talk about Nazis. I don't know. Not fun, but
It's getting less fun every day.
yeah, I know. It's crazy. And
Well-
that's just been like since October, I think, is when we started doing it. Now it's February of the next year.
Yeah. Man,
To pull back the curtain a little bit,
I
we've
kinda
taken
feel
our
like-
time with this one.
if we watched the Rocky movies, there would be some like Rocky 4 that's all patriotic would be like, ugh.
But he was telling the Russians they could change, you know?
Yeah. You know, if we wanted to be like timely and topical and do a series that was like relevant to people, because Predator,
Unlike what we've been doing.
no, I mean, Jurassic Park was super relevant because the new one was coming out.
Yeah.
Hunger Games. I kind of think Hunger Games we should hit later
Has
this
lost
year.
its way.
I think so.
Interesting.
Have you seen the ones that were the
I've
non-Jennifer
listened to the
Lawrence
books.
ones?
No.
Awful. Megan and I watched it because we'd seen good reviews and it was just,
Spoiler, I never thought the
God
first
awful.
ones were that good either.
no, I didn't either. Yeah, I'm not a Hunger Games fan. I don't like it, but
Yeah.
it would be a play for attention.
And do you think that's worth it.
People hearing me apathetically talk about something that's like in the news.
Yeah. I mean, is it better to be enthusiastic about what we're talking about? I think that's more important.
Wow. That's a question for the ages. Ask a philosopher. I don't know, man.
Young Indy met plenty of philosophers.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who did he run into? What was it? The 1910s?
There was like he went to India and met young Krishna boy. Can't remember. It goes India meets Jiddu Krishnamurti. Anyway.
That's great. That's great stuff.
He teaches them about life and death and stuff. It's interesting.
That's cool. Rebirth.
Yeah.
Someday
he gives them water from the river, the Ganges River. Yeah.
Predator? Yes.
Yes. Predator, yes.
Predator, yes.
I told you Predator, yes.
You're okay.
Yes.
There's nothing else you want to make a last minute case for?
No.
Matrix? Keanu?
No.
Think about how fun it would be to be like, what would we dress like in the Matrix?
Yeah, I have to get a leather. I don't have money for a leather trench coat.
It would be expensive. I would want to wear one.
Yeah.
I'd have to get sunglasses.
Buy leather trench coats. I got to save up for that one. So it'll take 9 movies of the Predator to get to build up a
war chest to be prepared for the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the Matrix is fucking great.
Meets Tolstoy.
Tolstoy?
Is that philosophy?
War and Peace? No, you're a writer.
Yeah.
Author. I don't know if it's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, there you go. Indiana Jones, we're coiling back up the whip on this one.
Yep, hanging up the hat.
Hanging up the hat and traveling back in time to ancient Rome and letting us live out our days there.
Yeah.
We held on to our butts, you might say. Time to let go of your butts.
We're no longer children in love.
So stupid.
I was a child. I was in love.
Oh my God. Let's hope the Predator doesn't deal with as much like weird, like
sex
dating
stuff.
Younger women. Preying
well, in Alien vs. Predator, they like have a relation, not like a sexual relationship, but the Predator comes to respect a young lady who is helping him fight the alien. Yeah.
A young lady.
Yeah, I think in a lot of them, the Predator kind of forms a partnership with a human that helps him.
Interesting.
Do stuff.
Okay. So what is a Predator?
That's what we'll find out on the next season of Hold On to Your Butts.
All right. See you then, everybody. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't know when they'll start coming out, but
at some point
you'll know it when you see it.
Yep.
All right.
JD.
Yeah. Thanks for
Bye.
coming
Bye,
on
everyone.
the journey with us.
Bye-bye.
Hold On to Your Butts is a left-hand, right brain production. Produced by JD Lopez.